Hey guys, how's it going? Trez here. I thought I'd share another video with you guys. This is a subject called favorite album covers. I originally saw this video from two channels that I'm subscribed to. One is Scourge of Vinyl, and the other one is Pete the Gororo Monk or the Gororo Monk. I'm gonna drop a link to their channels down below so you can check them out yourselves. They post amazing content, so please check them out. Now, when I first saw this, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta make a video for this. Add my 2 cents in there because there's one thing I always loved about metal is just the artwork alone on some of those album covers. And a few things I gotta point out before I start the video. Um, I have all my collection because I'm relocating in crates still, so I'm not going to show any physical copies. I'm just going to drop an image on the screen so you guys could appreciate it a little bit more, I guess. And it will take me forever to dig all that stuff out. Second, only two albums I don't have a physical copy of, and I'll mention them throughout the video. And third of all, I'm not going to mention the artist's name. I'll just put a description on the album and whoever drew it, who the artist was. Um, just so I don't fuck up their names or anything. So this list is no particular order. I chose 20, and the first one that just came to my mind when I saw this subject come up, which I have to mention first, is Arise from Sepultura. Now this album cover just alone will make you want to pick this up, and you got this crab monster, temple looking thing, eyeballs, mouths, all kinds of shit in there. One thing I noticed, if you follow the path, you see a girl's ass, which I thought was kind of cool. Um, to the right, you got this tempo with what appears to be some dude with his arms raised. If you could see that. Also, the crab arms that are holding this brain on tethers. Some spirits are coming out of the brain. And I also believe that's the EP cover for Dead Embryonic Cells. So, yeah, Arise from Sepultura. Definitely up there. My favorites. Next off, we have Sinister with Diabolical Summoning. Now, this album, as well as the Sepultura, just alone on the album art will make you want to pick this up and say, damn, this is fucking evil as fuck. It depicts some dude in the hood just made a ritual to tear this dude's heart out and invoking some evil demon. So, yeah, Sinister, awesome artwork. Diabolical Summonings. Next off, we have Obsculum Obscenum from Hypocrisy. This is another album artwork that's just evil and blasphemous. So you got your boy Jay Z there with Siamese twin poking the other twin's fucking eyeball out with his crown of thorns. His body's all fucking rotted away. You got eyeballs all around. It's just fucking beautiful. Sick. Next off, we have Incubus with Beyond the Unknown. Now, this album art is just pretty to look at. It has this ghostly figure that emerges like right after a storm in the cemetery, and the background kind of reminds me of The Omen when they go into that old cemetery. Really cool shit. The color blends are just fantastic. Amazing cover. Next off, we have Bloodbath with Nightmares Made Flesh. Now, this album art, I believe this is the original because I think there's two album covers. And this one just, I love everything about it. It's just the dude on his fucking knees, all fucking decayed, and with his chest bursting open with demons and all kinds of shit. But what I love about it is the color. Um, that's presented here, and also the little details, especially on the floor plank that's missing that little knot from the wood. It's just cool shit. And the the Bloodbath logo just ties everything in. Sick shit. Next off, we got one of my favorite albums of all time, let alone album covers. This is Path of the Weakening from Deeds of Flesh. I can't really emphasize how much I really love this album. I mean, to this day, I don't think anything has come close to what Deeds of Flesh have done in this album. and I just love it. It depicts three guys walking through the blizzard, what appears to be somewhere in Montana. I say Montana a lot on this channel because I love Montana. Never been there. Would love to go there. Yeah, it's just everything that's in this cover art. You could imagine when you hear the music that Deeds of Flesh puts out there. One of my favorite bands, one of my favorite albums, one of my favorite artworks. Deeds of Flesh, Path of Awakening. Moving on to a band that I didn't know who this album art belonged to. I just saw this online somewhere. This is Heaven and Hell with the Devil You Know. Um, like I said, I didn't know who this was. I just saw the artwork before, and I thought this could have been for Vital Remains or a band like that. But not taking anything away from Heaven and Hell, because Dio made some cool album art too, and it was awesome. And you got this devil with no eyes, just with his tongue flickering, and holding up Jesus with a serpent wrapped around his fist, his arm. Cool shit. Fucking awesome. Next, around the same vein in that genre, you have Ozzy Osbourne with the Ultimate Sin. This album, I know since I was a kid because I'm 37, so this has been around for a while, and I've always loved this album cover. Ozzy never really scared me with that. Looked kind of goofy in a little way. Um, he's like a demon type dragon, but the girl in this artwork, just her eyes alone with the arm and how she stares at you with those fucking big red Cujo eyes, kind of like um, the past album that I mentioned, Incubus with Beyond the Unknown. Those eyes are just piercing red eyes. I know this album covers all almost in all red, but those eyes just stand out. And yeah, always loved this album art. Next off, what I can only describe as just insane, insane. This is Human Remains with using sickness as a hero. Um, just look at the artwork. You got this girl in a veil, what appears to be obviously breastfeeding a dog or a jackal, which she's cutting the head off this guy that's on a vice. The vice is made out of teeth, and the whole vice is on top of corpses, and there's a TV there that's focusing on his agony. It's just fucking sick to look at. She has multiple arms with hammers, cleavers, all kinds of shit. It's just fucking insane. So yeah, using sickness as a hero from Human Remains, definitely up there. Next we have Flesh Grind with Destined for Defilement. I would love to have this somewhere in my house, like a wallpaper somewhere, just in full, because it's just that fucking sick. There's nothing else that I could say about this. It's very inspired by Hager. Um, so yeah, Destined for Defilement, Flesh Grind. Next off, we have There Was Blood Everywhere from Embalmer. Now, Embalmer alone, that just should just say it all. But this album art totally embodies everything that Embalmer sounds like. Sounds like a fucking sick, sadistic murder, which is depicted here by this, what looks like a doctor, at least to me, chopped off the hand of this dude, and he's writing There Was Blood Everywhere, the album name, with his fucking hand. And there's just shit everywhere, like corpses, and the way the colors blend from the all those corpses, it just has a nice red glow to it, which I love. So yeah, There Was Blood Everywhere from Embalmer. Next off, you have Loathing from Broken Hope. Another favorite of mine because I have this on everything: shirts, hoodies, everything. I love this album art. Um, you got a heart that has a grin on it. It's just fucking evil looking. The eyeballs are like the vessels, I think, and you got some serpents coming out of it with thorns everywhere. It's just insane sickness that represents everything Broken Hope. Um, Next off, you have I have a black metal band to show you. This is A.M.S.G with the Forbidden Transformation. Now, this one's a little bit different because it's gray and black, but it doesn't take anything away from beautiful. The drawing itself is just fucking amazing. It reminds me of Paul Booth when he used to do those, still does, those leaf mans, I guess. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. You got this Baphomet goat with multiple eyes and just roots, and oh, it's just beautiful to look at. If you get a chance, just go take a listen to A.M.S.G. They're really something else. And yeah, of course, A.M.S.G. Means for the greater glory of Satan. So the Forbidden Transformation, all-time favorites. Now, this is one of those bands that I was mentioning that I do not own a physical copy of, but I just downloaded it. I didn't. I just purchased it. That's what I mean. I'm trying to order it right now. So this is Virulency with the Anthrop. I always fuck up the name of the album, so I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to read this. The Anthropomorphic Manuscript of Retribution. Still managed to butcher that somehow, but yeah, just take a look at this album art. It appears to be like some sort of chapel or church library that, you know, obviously someone opened a book that they fucking should have not fucked with, and the pages are made of human flesh. That some rib cage just opened up, and it's on top of holding up the book is a bunch of tangled corpses and just shit, you know, all kinds of evilness everywhere. People hanging from the library books for the shelves and all that stuff. Fucking amazing fucking colors, and it's just very gorgeous to look at too by the colors and everything. But yeah, Virulency. Not gonna mention the album art, the album name, because I'm gonna fuck it up. Next off, here's another one that I own just digital. Trying to get the. There was a problem when they first released the CD. Apparently there was nothing on it or something happened to it, but I know they just re-released this. This is Harvest Misery with the self-titled debut. This album art is just gorgeous to look at too because of the colors, and all the colors blend so well with it, and it's very sci-fi inspired. Got two aliens going at it. One is like a mutated, stitched up corpse, and the other one kind of reminds me of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with the I forgot what it was. He had a brain somewhere, but it's cool. I love this album art. Now, for this album art, also, I will show you the extended album art that they couldn't obviously fit on the CD or anything, but it's just gorgeous. So, here you go. Next off, you have Powerslave from Iron Maiden. Now, I wanted to, so many albums from Iron Maiden that I just wanted to pick. One was Live After Death, which is amazing, but this one I like a lot more because has that ancient Egyptian thing which I really love. Obviously, this is way before Nile and all that shit, but it's just pretty and gorgeous to look at. It's very bright. All the colors and everything looks so beautiful. Amazing. It's just to look at it, it's just awesome. So yeah, Powerslave from Iron Maiden. Next off, you have Hacked Up for Barbecue from Mortician. Now, I love a lot of horror movies, B movies, gory shit like this, slasher movies like this, Slam Crew Worldwide. But whenever you think about campy movies and shit like that, horror movies, and you always think about the woods, and this looks like a shed somewhere in any B movie. Very inspired by Ed Gein as well, I have to point that out. The chair made out of human bones, the chandelier obviously made out of skulls. You got the curtain on one side, just made out of flesh. The other side, you got a corpse on hanging as well. So yeah, this album, everything that Mortician does, and obviously represents everything Mortician does, this album art, and it's just always been amazing. Mortician's always fucking a joy to listen to. So yeah. Next off, we have another black metal album, but this is a reissue. Now I'm gonna post two images right now. One is the original art, but I'm talking about the reissue art. This is Inquisition's Nefarious Dismal Orations. Now, just the artwork on this definitely should be in a museum somewhere. This is some scary, fucked up shit. If there's ever a depiction of hell, if this what this artist imagines hell looks like, we're all fucked. This is scary as fuck. Um, yeah. And the other thing I should mention is that it has a gold leaf on the name of Inquisition and the album art. It just pops, and this album is just gorgeous and scary, horrifying to look at. So yeah, Inquisition, Nefarious Dismal Orations. Um, Another one that I should probably point out that also depicts hell is Lethality with Everyone Will Suffer. Yeah, everyone will suffer. Um, it just depicts another depiction of hell, but in a different art style. Now, kind of like the Inquisition one, you got this depiction of hell, but the Inquisition I feel that is more suited for black metal and death metal, which the Lethality cover I believe is more suited for death metal and slam, which that's what the band is, and brutal death metal as well. But yeah, it's just how horrifying the Inquisition album art was to see. This is just sickening and torturous to watch. This depiction of hell is torturous, and it's just fucking gorgeous. Um, so that's pretty much my list, but I want to just add one more in there because I just truly love this one as well. This is the debut album from Delusional Parasitosis with an ingurgitating intestinal rot. I hope I said that right. If not, forgive me. But just the album art, the blue, everything is just, I love it how everything meshes together. You got some guys just holding onto their heads because they're about to burst, and some of them are bursting with the swarm that has infested them. And on top, you got a couple of corpses and wrapped in cocoon or something that are just hanging with the swarm all around it. It's just fucking sick, sick band, sick album art. So yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up, and that's my list, 20 or 21 maybe. But yeah, please take care of each other, support, and please, if you want, please drop a comment down, tell me what you think about my list, and also, I want to see what your list is. If you would mention like 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever you want, just put the name of the band and the name of the album, and I would love to check it out, see what you guys are a fan of, and what your favorite album covers are. So yeah, like I said, please take care of each other, be safe, and support. I'm out.